the father of our fathers, went into war and are in the grave that fought for our rights in this country. My grandfather lays buried in the veterans' burial ground for my rights. I have permission by the Constitution to bear arms. And if you don't abide by those rules and rights, then I have the right to go into revolution and do anything to you that you're doing to me. That's a revolutionary, universal law that comes from God.
Do you consider yourself a revolutionary?
Why, sure, definitely. Everybody's afraid to call me a political prisoner, and Amnesty International won't accept me. And everybody runs to the eastward, Uganda, with their skyjacking before they'll face the truth in it. But here's the truth. In juvenile hall in Indianapolis, Indiana, in 1944, 1945, the military court tried and convicted 6,000 Waffen SS men in uniform and judged those men who fought for God and country, for a cross and Bible. They judged those men to be criminals, and they judged that war to be a crime. That war was not a crime. I don't care how many times you judge it. By all rules and regulations and Bibles, and any word that's spoken in any language knows that when you're fighting for God and country, and you're in a war, you fight or you're executed. When you're going to war, you're not going in to spank somebody on the wrist like Korea. You're going into the last man, woman, and child. You're fighting for your God, your life, and your country. You're fighting for your children, your dogs, and your chickens. There ain't no quarter. There ain't no in-between. Them men were forced to do what they had to do. And you hung them for obeying orders? And you call them criminals? This is important. It may not seem like it, but it'll communicate thought to you later.
Do you have any feeling at all about the death penalty?
Sure, I've got lots of feelings. You guys think that we're criminals and we're bad guys, you know. I mean, but there is no such thing as criminals and bad guys. There's only what you make us do. You force me into a situation where I got no choice, and I'm pushed and pulled in to do a whole kind of crazy things, and then you say, oh, he's crazy, he did all this, he's no good, and he's all these bad things. Because you need someone to be bad, because you got the brain of a chicken. You need someone to pick on, make you feel better. And when you can put someone in the gas chamber, then you feel like you're doing all right. I say this, if my will be, and I be in my will, in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost, I would let everybody out of prison that didn't want in prison. And then if I catch you breaking the law, I'll just shoot you.
So I gather you do believe in the death penalty.
If I want to punish you...
As long as you're administering it.
If I want to punish you... Wait a minute, listen. If I want to punish you, I'll beat you. But to use you for political and sell your blood, no, I couldn't do that. Because I have morals and standards. And I would never break the law.
Have you ever broken the law?
Yeah, when I was young, and I didn't know the difference.
So you know better now.
I always say, yeah, I've been knowing better. That's what I told the judge. I'm dead, and I thought, man, no way in hell I'm going to step over that line. Only an idiot would break God's law.
Do you know who your parents are?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever... When was the last time you saw your parents?
I saw my mother in the visiting room in McNeil Island.
Yeah. That would have been back in the 50s?
62.
Yeah. If you could get a message to them, what would you say to your parents?
Same thing I've always said.
Which is?
Whatever they say.
All right. What do you think of your parents?
I don't really judge that much. I don't judge people. Christ said, judge not. Kind of live by that.
Yeah. A minute ago, though, you were talking about shooting people who broke the law, which would
That's
require
God's will.
a certain amount of...
There's a difference. There's a difference. There's a difference.
Yeah?
There's a difference.
What is the difference?
The difference is that if you're not prepared to do that, then you shouldn't be representing the law.
Yeah.
Because in order to do that, you'd have to be willing to be shot.
And you're willing to be shot?
I follow God's law, sure.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here. That's why I've been through all the things I've been through.
So
I told the court, I did not break the law. Whatever I did not break the law, because the law is truth. The law is justice. The law is the 14th Amendment. We're standing on 13. Let's look at 14 now. Give me my 14th Amendment, man. Give me my rights in the courtroom. Let me call my witnesses just like I'm supposed to have. Judge Keene took my pro per. And the very same person that snuck the writ in to get him to take my pro per, he signed a contract with to make movies.
Pro per means?
My right to defend myself and assistance of counsel. I never got into that courtroom. They stood a lawyer in front of me and said, this is your lawyer? I said, that's not my lawyer. That's your lawyer. No, that's your lawyer. I know he's not my lawyer. I'm my lawyer. According to the rules and regulations of this Constitution, you know where my lawyer is? The lawyer that you gave me, not you, but the system gave me, is in a nut wood. He's crazy. He's insane. He was insane the day you gave him to me. But you put him on me. There wasn't anything else I could do. I had to accept him. I said, well, I'll take you to get my pro per back. And then he just kept lying, faking. And then when I knocked him down in the courtroom, they said I was bad. It's not fair. It's not right. It's not justice. It's not my rights. I heard your father on TV talk to the United Nations. And I listened to every word he said. And every word he said was as perfect as if God had said it himself. I said, now that he said it, who's going to enforce it? Who's going to make it so? We're all supposed to get rights. Well, then give me my rights. Crime. You've got to realize that crime is a war. And you're not going to win this war by fighting yourself. Because you're at war with your children. You've got abortion clinics cutting the babies out of your own daughters because you can't face that your daughters are being ripped off and taken and made pregnant when they don't want to be pregnant because you don't have the backbone in your own system to obey by your own rules and regulations. My old lady gets busted in San Francisco. The district attorney sends her a hand-shoe lawyer and says, if you work for me for a couple of nights, I'll go to bail. If the district attorney is pimping prostitutes, the governor's running the numbers racket out of his office, he's raffling off the souls of his very church. And then you come back to me with the welder's torch, burn up the evidence locker. And every crook in the United States knows that that $50 million of cocaine that come up missing from the vice squad didn't burn up. You're not bullshitting us. We see you. You want us to abide by rules and regulations, but who's making you abide by the rules and regulations?